Ohio. You're watching Election Connection on Alliance Cable Channel 11. I'm Chris Cugini. Thank you for joining me. Right now we have John Frazier. He's a candidate for the Alliance City School Board. So John, thank you so much for joining me today.
Chris, thanks for having me.
No problem. Well, I'm just going to explain to you how it's going to work. So you'll have about 3 to 5 minutes to give an opening statement about yourself.
Okay.
Then I will ask you a question. You can answer it, and you'll have about 3 to 5 minutes. And then at the end, you'll have a closing statement where you'll have about 3 to 5 minutes to appeal to your voters. So
great.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about who John Frazier is and why you decided to run for the Alliance School Board.
Well, Chris, I'm John Frazier. I'm the Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students at the University of Mount Union. That's what brought me to Alliance, Ohio. I'm also the proud father of 3 Alliance aviators, 2 in the elementary school level and 1 currently at the middle school. My wife and I are very proud members of the Alliance Aviator family. We think that the faculty and staff in the Alliance District are outstanding. We think that we have terrific facilities and grounds. Unfortunately, we feel that the reputation and rankings don't reflect the quality of people and facilities and opportunities that we have here in the district. And so I've decided to put my hat in the ring here, and I really think it's about people and relationships, and that's something that I think really plays into my strengths and my personality. My background, I'm a native of Tiffin, Ohio, so I'm really kind of the non-native or non-long-standing member of the community who's running for the Board of Education, but I think that's okay as well. I think sometimes outside perspectives and different experiences really help to strengthen an organization. So, I'm running for the Alliance Board of Education. I'm very proud to be a member of the Alliance community, and I think I'd be a good fit for that position.
All right. Well, we'll move into the question. So recently the state kind of adopted this brand new report card system. So this is these numbers, and well, I should say letter grades, are from the 2013 state report card. So what they did is they took a bunch of different things and gave different school districts in each building a grade. So what I'm going to share with you are the standards that were met in the letter grade, and then AMO. So basically that measures the percent of students in certain subgroups, whether that's racial or disability groups, and what they must pass in specific tests for reading and math.
Correct.
So you have Alliance High School, standards met A, AMO F. Alliance Middle School, standards F, AMO F. Northside Elementary, standards F, AMO F. Parkway Elementary, standards D, AMO F. Rock Hill Elementary, standards C, AMO B. So the last money that was approved for the Alliance City School District was in 2012. It was a 5-year renewal of an emergency levy before that. So my 2-part question to you, would you support either a renewal or a new levy? And with the information that I just read you of the new ranking letter grade system, how would you what would your sales pitch be to the community that we need this money, or we need this, this new levy to operate our schools?
Sure. Well, as I alluded to in my opening statement, I'm very concerned about the report card. The rating system, the rankings, the grade card, if you will, that paradigm has shifted a number of times over the past several years, and it's probably going to shift again. So whether or not we like the grade card, it is an apples-to-apples comparison of all the districts in the state of Ohio, and I think it does give us a benchmark and a way to kind of test or evaluate ourselves. As far as money, Chris, I'm not sure that throwing money at the situation is the answer. I would be potentially in favor of having discussion about a renewal levy so that we can continue to do the programs and the activities that we've done. At face value, I certainly would not be in favor of new monies because, again, I don't think throwing money at the problem is going to rectify it. As I also mentioned in my opening statement, I think we have outstanding people, outstanding teachers. As a parent in the district, I can tell you that I think better communications, better pipelines for information. We have a new superintendent who I'm very impressed with, and I think that he's very conducive to peoples and processes and programs. So I think we need to take a little bit of a wait and see approach and give Jeff Talbert and his staff the opportunity to kind of assess as well. The job of a school board member, as you know, as a former school board member yourself, is not day-to-day operations. It's to help establish establish systems and paradigms and processes so that the district can be successful. I would not intend to be intrusive on Mr. Talbert and his staff, but if they come to us and say, that this particular program or this particular, product might be of assistance in helping us to get where we need to be from a grade card perspective, we certainly would need to take that under consideration. But just at face value, I'd be very concerned about coming out as a candidate or even as a long-standing board member and advocating that throwing money at the problem is it. I really think it's about people and processes and partnering with parents, with teachers, with students, with the community members, and finding out why are things that are working and why are things that aren't working not working.
All right, well, John, with the rest of your time here today, go ahead and give your closing statement and your appeal to your voters.
Well, again, I'm a proud parent of 3 Alliance Aviators. My wife and I love all of the opportunities that our 2 sons and daughter have had here. I do think, though, it's time for change. We've been very successful, again, in updating facilities and I think hiring good people. However, at the end of the day, as the grade card indicates, the necessary work has not been completed. And I really think that perhaps putting some new perspectives and different ideas in there is really conducive to the ultimate success of the Alliance City School District. And I have 20 years of experience in education, albeit higher education administration, but a lot of what I do, Chris, and as a former student, is problem solving and is relationships and is working with campus community at Mount Union or the greater community here in Alliance, Ohio, to find out what works and why it works. And we have a lot of specific issues, and I wouldn't pretend to advocate that we can solve all of the issues or get the grade card where we want it to just by implementing better communications. A lot of it has to start at home and educating parents and families on how to help their sons and daughters to be successful, from the time they get to Alliance, the things that they're involved with, getting things done at home, preparing for higher education or vocational work or whatever it is that they plan to do when they leave the Alliance City School District. So again, I think it's time for change. I think the voters hopefully feel that it's time for change, and I would really like the opportunity to be able to help solve some of these issues and get Alliance City Schools where I think Alliance City Schools should be based on the potential that we have.
All right, well, John Frazier, candidate for Alliance City School Board, thank you so much for joining me
Chris,
today.
thank you very much.
I appreciate it. And remember, the election is November 5th, 2013. Your polls open at 6:30 a.m. and they close at 7:30 p.m. So whether your candidate is opposed or unopposed, get out, vote, and do your civic duty. I'm Chris Cugini. This is Election Connection on Alliance Cable Channel 11. Give your input or share show ideas with Channel 11. Email your host at chriscugini13@gmail.com or call us directly at 330-829-1234, extension 2253. This has been a Channel 11 production. Thank you for watching.